Have you ever started up a survival world right next to a town, decided to hang out, make it your home for a bit, then end up living there for longer than you expected because it's kind of a nice place? In this one, I'm going to show you how to turn that boring town to an awesome town survival base, quickly and easily. So let's get to it. How's everybody doing? This is Kyle here from KyleKraft. Way back I made a video called Quick Awesome Starting Survival Base. A few of you may have seen it, it's now at over 1.2 million views. The idea behind the video is that I showed you how to make a quick and easy starting survival base that also looks good, is fun to live in, and has a bunch of benefits. I never made a sequel to that video because I didn't want to ruin it. You know how the sequels sometimes ruin the original? But I have so many ideas for these quick awesome starting survival bases that I figured enough is enough, it's time to finally create these. So, in the second episode of this now new series, we're turning a simple vanilla Minecraft town into a quick and awesome starting survival base. The key I want to stress about this one is how easy it is, because the town is already there, the buildings are already there. We can quickly take it over, gather some resources, build a wall, and make our town secure for ourselves. We can then put our different survival needs into the different buildings, such as a furnace room in the blacksmith building, skewed chest rooms in different individual buildings, and even create our own structures, like this enchantment area on the hill. I can't stress enough how easy this is for any survival Minecraft player, and how regardless of your level, you should start a new world and try this out. Now the first thing we want to do is arrive at our town and get set up. We want to get our wall up quickly so we're nice and secure. So we're going to need to gather some wood, as that's a key material, but we also need cobblestone for this wall. So we're going to want to make a mine. As I mentioned, you can use these individual buildings and start making them different survival need buildings, such as turning this one into your diamond mine. If you need further instruction of what I've done right there's a card in the top right. I've actually done a full video on this technique. This is the best way to get down to get some diamonds, and you'll also be able to gather a bunch of cobblestone in the process. Now, once we have the materials gathered, we can quickly jump into building the wall. The pattern is key, and this one is simple but good looking from both sides of the base. It's simply logs with a slab on top, a 2-wide gap between them with cobblestone stairs facing in, fences on top, and trapdoors every other time. Now, for those of you who want to build along with me on this town, I've dropped the seed of this world down below in the description. I'm playing on PC, so this seed will only work on PC. But the key to this project is that it works for any town, and it's even better doing your own town. So the sizes you can adapt and build them how you want, but the pattern, especially for this wall, is what you're going to want to follow. So I'm going to walk through and build it right here. Again, I'm building on X -293 and Z 66 for this specific build. But in general, we're just going to start it off by putting in our oak logs. 1, 2, spread the gap and come in between. I got grass all over my face, I can't even see. Just to get us started, I'm gonna do a 4 wide right here and we can build from there. And you'll also notice I'll show you how we go down these slopes. Now we're gonna place our logs on these flat areas too high and then have a 2 wide gap in between. From there, we can put just simply oak slabs on top. Then coming around on the inside, we're gonna take cobblestone stairs and make them on the inside facing into the base. Now you could have them on the outside, to be honest, but you're going to spend more time inside the base, so I figured it's better to look at that detail since we're going to be inside. From there, we can put our fences right on top, and that's just about all the wall except for one detail set in. And that one detail left is just wooden trapdoors that oscillate every other time in those cobblestone sections, just to break it up and make it look a little bit better. And with that, that's the wall design. Again, it's that simple, it's that easy, and we're just going to continue that entire pattern around our town. Completely fill it, wrap it up, then torch up the area inside and be completely safe from all mobs. So with that said, I'm gonna build the rest of my wall all around, and you should now too. And with that, our wall is all set in and ready to go. We just need some torches to keep us safe. But first, I want to mention some of the details that you might have seen while I built it up. You will have seen me go around with the cobblestone on both sides to make sure it's seamless. You want to do that with the logs and the cobblestone so that there's not blocks like that underneath, so that instead it's nice and seamless down to the ground. It looks a lot better. The different heights, you don't need to worry about it too much. You just want to make sure that the fences go into the logs. So rather than having this one right here and having, you know, the heights a little off, we want to make sure logs have the fences running into them with the slabs on top of that. So that's one of the cool things about this base. It's not flat like the last one. It follows the terrain down and has different heights. Don't stress about them too much. Just follow the pattern and you'll be all right. You should have also noticed these gates. Now, I mentioned in the time lapse of the video, you want to leave a 5 wide gap between all these gates. And you can spread them, you know, leave them kind of open like this and then take your pass out from there and then kind of adapt them into your town. And you'll see me do more of that in the final version. But if you want to stay safe, fully safe, you can go ahead and put 5 fence gates right in between there. That'll keep you fully safe. I normally leave it open because I'm not too worried about the mobs as long as we light it up enough. And it looks a little bit better if it's open, but that'll keep you safe right there. You'll also notice these different terrain details like this one. You know, you can kind of set them up how you want and put little extensions and kind of just match up to like this hole and crevice right here. You know, do some unique things with them, have fun with them, but you don't have to stay too locked into the pattern if you have a ravine or something like that. Break it up, make a little cool detail on your wall. And other than that, the wall should be all set. Make sure to adapt those trapdoors and make them 4 high, whatever high they need to be to match up. And look, perfect timing. Zombie can't get through that wall. Another thing I should mention, I just kind of mentioned it with the gates. Spiders can probably climb over this wall, but you shouldn't have too much troubles with them as long as you light up the area and maybe even light up a little bit outside. I'm more about aesthetics and how it looks more than safety. If I was making a super secure base, I would probably put some details there, and maybe for one of the quick awesome survival bases, I'll make it 100% secure so that no mobs can get in whatsoever. A bunker locked down. Is that a good idea? Maybe we'll do that in the future. But yes, with that, the wall is all set, and now we can get back to adding in some of our survival needs for our base. We already put our diamond mine in right there, and we had already gathered some cobblestone, but we can put in some different chest rooms and furnace smelting rooms in the blacksmith area, and a bedroom in one of these buildings, individual buildings too. Oddly, I didn't have a large village house in this town, but that would be a good one to put the bedroom in, or a storage area in those larger houses. And then finally, last but not least, we can transform the village. Now, I took a different approach to transforming my village. I'll link a couple of my favorite full village transformations down below in the description. Rizio, Grian, those are 2 of my favorites. You know, they transform each building, walk through a vanilla Minecraft town, and they made it more beautiful. I didn't want to go for the full village transformation in that way. Instead, I just tried to take the vanilla town and make it a little bit more fun to live in and build and work around. So that included doing minor detailing to these houses, just switching them up very vaguely, but more working on the structure of the town, as you can see. So what I did was kind of fill it in more and make it more of a structured town. I worked on the structuring. I added in that building there, and to be honest, part of my inspiration for this was the video game Assassin's Creed, for anyone who's played it. My thought every time I see a town is to just kind of make it more tight-knit, engaged, and leave it more open to having this, you know, tight-knit environment where there's always turns, always these small little alleyways throughout the entire town, and to make it so it's completely parkour available. You can always run on each of these different areas. Run throughout, there's always a way to get around, and it's just kind of part of the fun an idea for my little transformation in this one right here. It's always, you know, you're kind of integrated into this small town. I don't know, that was part of my thought, and I feel, or at least I thought, it was a little unique to the normal transformation. And the most important aspect of it, it's even more simple in survival Minecraft. And that was part of my thought throughout the entire design of this Minecraft base. We cleaned it up a little bit, added in different elements, like little details right there, just kind of cleaned up the farms and added stairs and trapdoors, little stairways up to the different buildings, added in some slabs and the different fence posts on different buildings there, bushes throughout, grass throughout, a little enchanting area, which I'll get into in just a moment. Little grass up the side. Look, I even left flowers. This is the only time in history I'll say leave flowers. But if you put the flowers on the border, they have a nice color and detail. Look, I missed a garden right here. But even minor changes like that, make it your own village and make it a little bit more special for you to live in and call your survival base. Detailing like the banners and putting up little structures, having the bushes throughout, and just making this pathway right here feel like a cool vibe. You see? The overhangs, it's just a nice area to walk around and live in. And by live in, I mean the survival elements we need, which I of course plugged in, like a bed right here with a little chest. Just these little chest rooms throughout that look sharp, and they're just nice in these compact little buildings. And it's spread all throughout. You know, you got your different chests and furnace areas, all tying into your survival needs. And that enchanting area on the outskirts of the town is posted up on the hill, right where an enchanting table should be. We got a good view out, and of course we can get our 30 levels within our survival base. Trees on the far side, trees running through over here, a little bench right here, this tall tree, that's a good vantage point. If you're looking out for your base, check it out. Do we know where our base is? We can tell by that tree. And, well, maybe the village right next to it, but you get the point. And check out that view from above. Look at all the paths integrating into this tight-knit village. It just looks cool, it looks a lot more compact, and that was just a simple version of what you could do. And that's what I really wanted to express in this video and in this project, that you can take over this town, put up the wall, and have this nice, awesome-looking area to live in for your survival base. You should definitely give this project a try. One of the best parts is it adapts to different skill levels. If you're a beginner, moderate level Minecraft player, go ahead and try and build the town behind me. It's fun to live in, it's a nice project too. If you're more advanced, transform that village more. Detail up the houses, bring together a stronger town, and integrate in your survival needs still to each of the buildings. Regardless of what you're thinking, jump into a survival world, find a town, and build up a quick, awesome starting survival base. And if you do get a chance to do this project, send me pictures of it on Twitter. My Twitter handle is on screen now, and I would love to see your build. And finally, if you're new, make sure to subscribe. More of these quick, awesome starting survival bases, as well as other videos coming soon. But that's it for this one. Thanks for coming.